The movie opens with a group of apes going bananas whilst running from poachers. We see other chimps getting flung up left, right and centre, but not our guy. He's faster, stronger, smarter than the rest, weaving through the trees like he's Dash, escaping the hunters with I guess he just got poached egg is what we're having for breakfast over at the Rodman house, but that's a spoiler for later. Will Rodman, a doctor scientist, has cooked up a batch of super soldier serum and injected it into our cage boy, making him smarter than the average Joe. These experiments are not only designed to make chimps smarter, but also cure diseases like Alzheimer's and other brain issues. So when Will finds out the ape is big-brained, he leaps at the chance, presenting the studies to the CEO.
112. It works. The data's clear. All I need is your approval for human trials.
Human trials? Human trials? You had one good outcome and you're ready to test on humans. Where did you get your degree? Being stupid Russian to things university. Subscribe for more incredible lines like this. CEO Man pushes Will's request to the board, saying if he can convince them, he can start the slaughter. During the presentation, the lab goes to run more trials on the monkey they call Bright Eyes, because them eyes do be bright. But he's aggressive today, trying to break out, so genius scientist decides to open the cage window, allowing the monkey to grab him and escape, running rampage straight into the boardroom, where security unloads a mag into him. Ba 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 ba! Right in front of the investors, shutting the whole project down for good, which is kinda dumb. Yes, chimp went apeshit, but that doesn't mean the drug didn't work. Did you see how this boy be moving? If you're gonna blame the science team for anything, I would point out their complete lack of awareness, because Bright Eyes was not only pregnant, but he also had a vagina, and he used that to give birth, right next to them, without a single person noticing.
She must have been pregnant when we brought her in.
Do you not run tests before injecting her? No? Okay. Franklin gives the baby to Will, hoping he can take it home, which Will is gutted about. Not only did he just commit corporate theft, monkey kidnapping, and probably about 15 other crimes, but his father has Alzheimer's, and the clock is ticking. Will decides to name the baby chimp Caesar, after the man who conquered the known world. Don't see any issues occurring here. Little Caesar grows up fast. One minute he's a tiny baby, and the next he's swinging from the ceiling and being all intelligent. Since Caesar inherited his mother's boosted brain juice, forcing him to evolve rapidly. So while Caesar is busy becoming the smartest creature in the world, Will is busy being the dumbest, secretly running more trials on his father at home, without telling anyone, or any supervision. This surprisingly works. Charles' memory improves, he is lucid, playing piano, and having an absolute dandy time. Now all Charles wants to do is play with his pet monkey. No, that's not a euphemism. Caesar is currently being tossed around next door. No, that is not a euphemism. By a neighbour convinced he's feral, about to stretch his kids like Armstrong. Will, however, does not say it that way, having a go at the man for protecting his own children for what he'd presume is a wild ape, and for giving Caesar a bruise. Will takes him to the zoo veterinarian, walking past a group of apes along the way. That's gotta be racist.
What's he saying?
Nothing.
Okay. What's he saying now?
He thinks that you are the Gandalf to my Bilbo Baggins. Yeah, my precious. I know.
I've never seen a woman so uncomfortable before. Holy shit, that worked. I need a pet monkey. They take Caesar on a field trip to Redwoods, where he can get a taste of freedom in every puff. But the monkey cares more about climbing, jumping, and swinging. This is something he does for a further 5 years, but at the end of each day, he still has to go home. Back to the cage, in the attic, something he's not thrilled about, and starts asking some questions. You know what? From this point on, I will be voicing the apes. Because doesn't really work. What am I to you? Because the way you took me back there, you kind of make me feel like your wife on a Friday night.
You're not a pet.
Pet? What kind of sick shit you and do?
I'm your father.
You ain't my daddy, bot. Keep your roleplay shit out of this. If you want to cast me in Planet of the Apes 4, just let me know. This is my resume. In broad daylight, Will takes Caesar back to the lab he was illegally taken from to tell him about his mother getting popped dead. I feel like pictures would have been good enough, but alright. Over the next coming weeks, things start to go downhill fast. Charles starts losing his mind again, wandering outside and tries to carjack the neighbor, immediately crashing it. Don't worry, nothing that a simple reverse can't fix. Oh lord. This car happens to belong to the same neighbor from before, dragging Carl's out the car, and about to beat his ass. So Caesar shoulder checks him into the future, and wails on the dude, gnawing off his fingertip at the last moment. This gets Caesar sent to animal jail, with a life sentence charged with attacking a human and being an illegal science monkey. This is where we meet our big bad, Dodge, who gets off on abusing animals.
Stupid monkey.
Now that's gotta be racist. At home, things aren't peaches and chairs either. Will's father is progressing even worse than before, due to the virus mutating or some other science words. So Will goes to his boss trying to get more eyes back on the project.
The 112 is dangerous, Will, and it doesn't work.
I treated my father with it. It does work.
And you're fired. Probably getting arrested too.
I've already developed a virus strain that I think will be more aggressive.
Can't see how this could end badly. This illegal testing convinces boss man to start the experiments back up again. Yes, it was that simple. Will's new batch, ALZ-113, is a stronger, more mutational drug that can evolve past anything. So since this drug is still super volatile, best be careful with it and run some proper tests. Nah, fuck that, let's go straight to monkey testing.
Franklin, get your mask on!
A few minutes later.
These guys are more resilient than I am.
Now any normal person at this point would probably connect the dots. The thing that makes apes smarter is killing humans. Maybe we should stop. Maybe we should tell someone. They do not do that. Why? Because he said,
Okay? Yeah, okay.
and that's enough for me. This new batch seemed to work on the ape at least, with Koba learning to not only spell, but also draw pretty angry bananas. Will being Will steals some of these untested, heavily unstable viruses, and takes them home to inject dear old Daddy-O, and it kills him overnight. Same thing happens with Franklin too, being found dead in his apartment. So guess Will won't be needing this box of deadly ape virus anymore. Luckily, Caesar has a use for it. Right now though, he's still monkeying about, surrounded by brainless, low IQ apes, a fake son, and receiving a violent striptease. And just to pile on, all of his new roommates are assholes, beating on him constantly besides Maurice. He's cool. A couple of days go past and Will goes to visit, finding his boy has been injured and squares up to Dodge. Too bad this ain't gonna do anything, since Will can't take Caesar anywhere without some "can I have my illegal drug-filled ape back please" papers. So leaves him here again. Caesar gets fed up of all this and takes matters into his own hands, interrupting a party Dodge's thrown. Strange place to bring people. Want to go to a zoo and smell ape feces. Caesar lures one of the guests in and holds him tight. Bro's not playing anymore, look at that face. He nabs the pocket blade off the dude. Now it's stage 2 of the plan. Break out the cage, release the behemoth, who are referred to as Kong, because monkey look like other monkey. And after a taste of freedom, Caesar wakes up Rocket, enacting some revenge for that beating earlier. Luring him out, then baps him on the noggin, dazing him, and it's not like Rocket can do anything back with Kong backing Caesar up, forcing him to surrender in front of all his friends. That's tough. As time goes on, Caesar and Maurice start chatting. Hey man, I know you King Dick and all, but your peeps still be dumb as hell. What are you gonna do about this? So Caesar tells him the plan. When night falls, he's gonna break out, go home, grab some smart drugs, beat it to sleeping Will, then come back and gas his friends, making the virus airborne and raising the average IQ in here. He tells his new army to go back to their cages and enjoy the show. And I won't lie, when I first watched this, I thought the plan kinda sucked. Getting zapped all over in front of his boys didn't seem like a great deal, but it all changes with one quick dodge.
Take your stinking paw off me, you damn dirty ape!
Brother left the room, the clouds, the saints, and the sinners speechless. The apes make their move, and the first person they come across is another zookeeper. Caesar pulls them back though, since this dude's been chill. Dodge wakes up, convinced he's about to tase every ape back into the cage, so Caesar puts him in his place. Guess he couldn't dodge that. Now they've escaped, they head to another zoo to free the rest of the family. Then over to Will's company to save the remaining apes, and add to their numbers. One of the chimps gets caught by animal control as he hasn't snorted the virus yet, but Caesar is still on this no chimp left behind mentality, creating a full breakout and generally causing an absolute scene. Trying to get to the redwoods that works as a safe zone apparently. Why? You tell me. On the Golden Gate Bridge, some chimps are receiving a beating from officers with batons, but I doubt any of them are dying from it based on how Kong was straight up tanked them to the face like it was nothing. I will, however, count this monkey that gets shot in the back and falls 100 feet. They're strong. They ain't Jesus. The police have created a firing line ready for the apes to cross, but only a lone horse does. Psych! Caesar's leading the charge, with apes attacking from the front and the above. And while the cops are focusing on them, they get flanked from behind, not getting any days off. They even yeet a cop off the bridge. A helicopter rolls up and does some serious damage, gunning down 4 from angle 1, 3 from angle 2, and 6 from angle 3. Mr. CEO, who for some reason has personally shown up to this execution mission, commands a gunner to target Caesar, gunning down another ape in the process. Kong pushes Caesar at the line of fire and eats them bullets like the king he is, taking down the chopper and the 3 guys in it. But he didn't survive the crash. R.I.P. the king of the Kong. CEO begs for help, but it isn't Caesar who shows his face. It's Koba, who nudges the helicopter over the edge. Will catches up to the apes in the forest and then dies. No, only a slight graze. Caesar backs Koba off, they say their final goodbyes, and then the sun sets. That was Rise of the Planet of the Apes. That had a grand total of 25 deaths. 8 of those were human, which honestly is less than I expected. And on the ape side of things, there were 17. Which feels wrong, considering they won. Now if you want to see me suffer through Dawn and War as well, drop a comment below. Thank you to my channel members for supporting me, and that's all from me. So,
in case I don't see ya, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.